not vulgar speech. The donation of wreaths across America began as a tribute from the Worcester family, who owned the Worcester Wreath Company, to military veterans who gave their lives for this country. For 15 years, the Worcester family quietly made these wreath donations to Arlington National Cemetery. Until 2006, a photo was taken of the wreaths covered in snow, which went viral. The Worcester Wreath Company began receiving unsolicited money from people who were emotionally touched by the wreaths and what they represented and wanted to participate in the wreaths themselves. All the money was donated by large numbers of people, and because they were not a charitable organization, they returned the money but continued to give the wreaths to any organization that was a veterans organization who wanted them. Finally, in 2007, spurred by thousands of requests, the family formed a 501c3 corporation, making it possible for them to accept contributions and provide wreaths at a discounted price, even though the Worcester family continued to be the #1 donor to that program. In 2014, Wreaths Across America established the Veterans Remembrance Tree Program also as another way to remember and honor our veterans. In 2016, Wreaths Across America developed a committee and a website to meet the needs of those desiring wreaths. The family continues to make wreaths available online to any veterans organization seeking them. For Wreaths Across America, wreath quality is important. Symbolically, wreaths represent everlasting life. These seemingly simple evergreens are so much more than a decoration on a grave. Wreaths Across America exist because hundreds of thousands of people across the United States and abroad responded to the emotional power of these wreaths and their simple ability to honor military members and their family. To this day, the outpouring of donations from thankful Americans humbles the Worcester family and makes them proud to be a part of something that they never foresaw or intended. The purpose of Wreaths Across America is to honor those who served in the military, to teach children the value of freedom, and incidental thereto, to remember and honor those who died in the service of our country. This ceremony is being repeated in hundreds of veteran cemeteries throughout the United States. There is no cost to attend or participate in any Wreaths Across America event, and every event is open to the public. Less than 5% of the United States population is part of any active component of the military at any one time. According to the Department of Defense, women make up 20% of the Air Force, 19% of the Navy, 15% of the Army, 9% of the Marine Corps, and many of the members of the United States Coast Guard. As of January 31st, there were close to 1.4 million people serving in the United States Armed Forces. That means that 0.4% of the American population were in active deployment as military personnel. The Department of Veteran Affairs and the Department of Defense, the U.S. Census Bureau and the Internal Revenue Service and the Social Security Administration statistics bear out that 22 million military veterans are in the U.S. population, which, when added to those presently on active duty, bring the percentage of all living Americans who have served the military at some point in their lives to 7.3%. Between 1775, to the present, the United States has had many wars and conflicts, including the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, the Mexican War, the American Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World Wars I and II, the Korean War, the Vietnam conflict, and the Persian Gulf Wars. Over 1.1 million Americans have been killed in those wars. Families and friends of military personnel who lost their lives have chosen to honor the sacrifices of those fallen by spending a day of the year decorating their graves. Decorating of fallen military personnel's graves has been a long-standing tradition, and the practice thereof has become a community event. That's why we are gathered here today. We also gather to teach our children the old adage that freedom is not free. Freedom has cost the lives of over 1 million military personnel, has made widowers and widows of thousands and thousands, husbands and wives, has made orphans of many children, and broken the hearts of thousands of parents, brothers, sisters, and friends of these fallen comrades. So today we gather for the ceremony of Wreaths across America, where we remember and honor our military personnel who made the supreme sacrifice so that we might be safe and free. I heard it said when I entered the military, you're writing a check to the United States of America for everything you own, everything you may ever own. Christ said, greater love hath no man than he lay down his life for his friends. It is with profound gratitude today that I say thank you to every man or woman who ever wore the uniform of any branch of the United States military. We who come back alive, injured, damaged, mentally injured, or scarred for life from the experience are grateful to be alive. To those who did not come back alive, we are grateful for their sacrifice. It is the actions of those brave people, living and dead, that we have the opportunity to live in the greatest country in the world. Freedom has never been free, and by placing these wreaths here today, we express our profound gratitude to those who wrote that check for everything they had. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Mark! Ready! Hey! Fire!